Found that very interesting and very knowledgeable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the very famous movie, Catch Me If You Can, if you've seen it, has a dialogue in it. The story is about two mice who fell into a bucket of cream. The first mice gave up, but the second one did not. The second one churned the cream so much, so hard to come out of the bucket that it churned into butter, and eventually he came out of the bucket. Well, never say never. Never say the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to have a motivational speech, a session by somebody who's extraordinary. Well, we are fortunate today to have with us SWAMI SWATMANANDAJI, an eminent and one of the most dynamic leaders of CHINMAYA mission. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a huge round of applause as I request Mr. Amit to accompany Swamiji on stage. An Acharya of CHINMAYA mission, South Mumbai, and director of All India CHINMAYA Yuva Kendra West Zone. He expands the philosophy of Advaita Vedanta through talks on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and other bhakti through camps, meditations, retreats, interactive sessions, and discussions for youth and adults. His simplicity, foresight, peaceful, and balanced approach endear him to all. Swamiji, a very warm welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. Aap yahan aaye. It's a blessing for all of us. So I hand it over to Swamiji. Please have a great session. Thank you.
This is an HDMI cable, no? So how will it take sound? Will it right. Hari Om and a good morning to all of you. I thank IPCA and Prashant ji and everyone present here for this wonderful opportunity to share some insights on this topic, success and happiness. I believe this is a knowledge sharing seminar that you are having, and apart from your technical sessions, this is one session that is to share knowledge which is about ourselves. So I want to begin with a simple anecdote. Once there was a satsang that was happening, and Gautam Buddha was taking the satsang. So as the satsang was progressing, there was a person who was feeling very sleepy, very drowsy. So as the speaker is speaking, he dozed. So Buddha looked at him and said, "Are you sleeping?" So he says, "No, no, 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 no." And he got up again and he sat erect and he tried hard. But again after some time, again Buddha asked, "Are you sleeping?" He says, "No, no, no, no." And then he tried not to breathe, hold back the breath. You know, those are techniques of how not to sleep. Till you feel breathless, you have to just hold back, taking the breath in. But he was very, very exhausted. So again the third time, and Buddha said, "Are you alive?" And he says, "No, no, 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 no." So Buddha said, "By mistake you gave the right answer. Just because we have a human body, we have this life, we are born, we achieve great things in life, what is it that makes us really alive? What is that for which we do everything in this life? The main purpose for which we do everything, whether we eat, whether we talk, we walk, we have relationships, we work, we achieve success, whatever we want in life, money, anything. The main motivation for which we want all of this, the ultimate motivation, is happiness. And so today's the topic is success and happiness. Do you think success and happiness can go together? Yes or no? Possible? Because a lot of people say in today's world that Swamiji, success is possible, but it comes with a price. And the price of success is stress. Everybody feels very stressed out. So, till a point I can be very stressed and I can achieve great success, and after I achieve great success, then I will become happy. That's normal. That's what one thinks. And today's stress has become so common. One small boy went to Swamiji, 5-year-old boy, and he said, Swamiji, I don't have peace of mind. So Swamiji looked at him and said, my dear, when I was 5 years old, I didn't know I have a mind. Everybody seems to be stressed out. So happiness and success in Vedanta, they are very closely connected. Generally, we think that happiness comes when there is success. But today there is a lot of research which has been done to prove that if you are happy, your efficiency will be much more, productivity will be higher, and then you will become successful also. So if you want to know more details about it, you can even refer to not only our Vedanta, the Gita and other books, but even there is documented research done by this person called Sean Aker. 40, so many case studies he has done, and some book also he has. The Happiness Advantage is the book. So I like this quote of Gurudev, Swami Chinmayanandaji, and I want to begin with that about success. That success is a tribute that life pays to excellence. Excellence is a certain quality of mind. And if we cultivate that quality of mind, today we will see some of those aspects of how success can be achieved through a mind which is a happy mind. And what is that which makes a person happy? So that we can achieve success and happiness together, not one after the other. First success, then happiness, or first happiness, then success. We can be together. So success is a tribute that life pays to happiness, to excellence. Does this quote ring a bell? Have you heard this anywhere in any other language? If you saw the movie Three Idiots, in that there is Ranchod Baba. He says the same point. Don't chase success, cultivate excellence and success will follow you. So this is our land. The country is called as Bharat. And the meaning of the word Bharat is Bha means light, knowledge, effulgence, and Rat means to revel. The land where people revel in knowledge. That's why when we begin, like we light a lamp, any auspicious program or a function, we light a lamp. We are worshippers of light, we are worshippers of knowledge. And the right knowledge brings the right attitude brings the happiness, and success will come. So J.R.D. Tata, one of my favorite quotes is this. He said, I don't want India to be a superpower, I want India to be a happy country. Long back he understood that. That if we are a happy country, we will automatically be successful. But it is not necessary to be vice versa. There are enough and more successful countries out there in the world, but not very happy. So how to have both these? That's a very, very important aspect here. So happiness is the most fundamental motivation for any creature to act, not only human beings. Everyone acts only to ultimately experience happiness, no matter what we do in life. And so it is the most important thing in life. And if I want to become a great contributor to the world also, first I need to be happy. Before I become happy, I cannot make anybody else happy. To have lasting relationships, I must be happy and secure within myself. To achieve great success, I must be happy. Then creativity happens, innovation happens, teamwork can happen, individual satisfaction will be there. So happiness is a very, very important aspect. And nobody teaches us how to be happy. They teach us how to aspire for success, have great goals and leadership and teamwork, and they are necessary. But how to be happy? The secret of happiness, if a person unlocks, the person has so many things which will open up. So I want to share a small video with you about this happiness, a very nice video.
Universities around the world are teaching it. For 30 years, scientists have been studying it. Governments are appointing cabinet positions to oversee it. The United Nations named an official day after it. Google Analytics proved people are searching for it. In fact, it's one of humanity's oldest pursuits. Happiness. We are wealthier, more educated, and live longer than any previous generation. And as a nation, the U.S. is one of the wealthiest, most powerful, and technologically advanced. And in the most recent World Happiness Report, the United States ranked 17th. And during the Great Depression, when there was little to be happy about, we were actually 18% less depressed than we are now. We have been taught that hard work equals success, which equals happiness. Right? Wrong. Research proves happiness is actually a precursor to success, not the other way around. Did you know? Neuroscience proves that we are hardwired to perform at our best when we are happy. Studies show that happy, positive, optimistic people earn higher incomes, set and achieve more aggressive goals, experience less stress, remain calm in high-pressure situations, are more energetic, recover from illness faster, and live longer. Happiness is serious business. When we engage in positive, real-life relationships, our bodies release chemicals that actually help reduce anxiety and increase concentration and focus. How you feel and your attitude toward life all stem from your thoughts, actions, and where you focus your time and energy. Yet we are constantly surrounded by negativity. If we want things to change, we have to create the change. And we start by choosing positivity and happiness. Just imagine the possibilities if there were more happy and positive people in this world. A world with more peace, optimism, and compassion is possible. Like a pebble thrown into a pond, it only takes one to create the ripple of happiness. Happiness is so contagious and infectious that one positive person can spread happiness to more than 1,000 people. That means all it takes to create change on a local, regional, state, country, global scale is one person. And research shows that just by spreading happiness, you actually become happier. You can choose happiness and choose to share it. You can be the catalyst to spread it directly and indirectly. Are you that one? It starts with you, yet it's bigger than you. Happiness is bold. It is courageous, audacious, and challenging. You have the power to choose happiness and to spread it. Join the movement. Share the movement. Be the one who makes the difference. And live happy.
So are we ready to be the one? To be happy? The change and the choice is ours. Every moment we have that choice. In Vedanta we call that as Purusharth. That's our choice. That no matter what happens to me, how I respond is my choice. At this moment, you can listen with a lot of attention, or you may be very tired, you may be exhausted from the morning, maybe early morning you have got up and you have come. You have a choice. Every minute we have a choice how to respond to situations. And that choice is what they speak about, that happiness is a conscious choice. So many great people have achieved what they achieved because they chose not to be victimized by the circumstances. So a weak mind will always get victimized by the circumstances, that I am not happy because my boss doesn't give me promotion, my mother-in-law doesn't understand me, my brother is fighting with me, my son has not joined in me in my business. There will be some or other external reasons always. But a strong mind will choose what it wants to do, how it wants to respond, no matter what has come to it. So one of my favorite PJ says this: if your father is poor, it is your fate. But if your father-in-law is poor, it is your foolishness. Because you could have made a better choice. So we have a choice every minute, and we can choose happiness. So a simple question: is happiness the goal or the journey? Happiness is a journey. So it doesn't matter whether we reach the goal, we keep walking. Is it the goal or the journey? It is journey also, and at the same time it is the goal also. Because if I don't reach the goal, what am I journeying for? So it is both actually. Happiness is in the journey, in the goal. It is just said that happiness is in the journey so that we don't postpone being happy only when I get the goal. It is both. It is in the journey and in achievement of the goal. So this word happiness actually comes from English word hap, which means chance or fortune, good or bad. So the ability to accept whatever comes to me and be in the now, that ability is what brings that state of mind which is happiness. And so from Vedanta standpoint, if we have to ask, what exactly is happiness? We say a mind which is at peace, a calm mind is a happy mind. We are not talking about excitement. If I eat some nice food, if I hear some nice music or some nice movie I see, then my senses get tickled, I feel excited. That's temporary excitement. But there is a deep sense of fulfillment or happiness that one experiences because for that much time the mind has become quiet and the next desire is not starting. So a mind which is quiet is a mind which is happy. The more disturbance the mind has, the lesser the happiness, more stress in the mind. So our great rishis, they made a very nice formula for happiness actually. Happiness is equal to number of desires fulfilled by number of desires entertained. So if I have 200 desires and 100 desires are fulfilled, what is my happiness quotient? 50%. So to become more happy, what should I do? Fulfill more desires. So if out of 200 desires, 150 get fulfilled, then happiness is 75%. But the material thinking is like that. To increase the number of desires so that more desires are fulfilled, then more happy I will be. But the master said that the more desires we have, more agitation, more difficulty. So if the desires become lesser, it doesn't say drop all desires. Just the desires become lesser. In today's world itself, if we see, we have so many things to achieve that we are not able to enjoy even one thing fully and properly. We are running from one to the other all the time. If I even want to enjoy something properly, let that desire be lesser so that I can focus on that at that point in time fully. That I am not running to get something else. So if I reduce the desires, if I have only 100 desires, 80 of them get fulfilled, then happiness is 80%. And the beauty of this mathematically is if desires become zero, then happiness becomes infinite. In meditation that happens, and people who have seen the world enough and who want to turn within and experience their own nature, they do that. Not everybody needs to drop all the desires and go. We need to fulfill our desires. But important it is to understand that happiness does not depend on anything outside. It depends completely on one's own state of mind. Even in the most difficult times, one can be very peaceful and happy. And even in the most happy times, one can be absolutely disturbed and sad. Each one's mindset determines what happiness is. And hence it is that Vedanta says that let us learn to make the mind calm and quiet. Because the quieter the mind, greater is the happiness, greater is the efficiency. If you see the classical example in Mahabharata war, do you believe Arjun was a skilled person? He was a skilled archer or not? Yes? Was he very efficient? Did he work hard? Did he have right knowledge? Was he a good person? He was on the Pandava side. What was lacking in him? That he collapsed in the war of Mahabharata. Just before the war has to begin, he tells Krishna, place the chariot between the two armies. I want to see who has come to fight me. And he collapsed. Confidence, mind, okay, emotion. His emotion overwhelmed him. He got very disturbed because suddenly he realized, I have to kill these people and they are my people. I don't have to defeat them, I have to kill them. His mind got so disturbed that all his knowledge that he had, skills, efficiency, everything, for that moment it all vanished. And that is what happens to many of us. In critical situations, we lose the peace of mind, the balance of mind, and whatever we have equipped ourselves with, we forget. So it is said that a student is wise before the exam, and student is equally wise after the exam, but in the exam the student is otherwise. Because he sees the question paper and one or two questions he doesn't know the answer and gets so disturbed, whatever he knows also he forgets. And the moment he hands over the answer paper, then the answer strikes. Oh, this was the answer. Why? Because the mind has become relaxed. So a person who learns how to keep that mind quiet. What is the transformation of Arjun before the Gita? And nowadays those advertisements are there. Before, a bald man. After, same man with lot of hair he will be. Like that, if you see, before the Gita, depressed, dejected, despondent Arjun, threw away his bow and arrow, doesn't want to act. After the Gita, same Arjun has become dynamic, very focused, gets up, does his duty, wins the war. What did Gita do? Did it change anything outside? The knowledge that Krishna gave him helped him to anchor himself spiritually, made him strong from within, that he was able to do his duty in spite of emotion overwhelming him. He could control it. He did not act impulsively. He would have acted impulsively had not the knowledge of Gita been given to him, because he wanted to run away. But he didn't act impulsively. And he learned to quieten his mind and he went ahead and did his duty. So, one very important aspect to learn is, it is not enough to be good in life. It is very, very important to be spiritually good in life. That I must have spiritual anchoring. If I don't have spiritual anchoring, the difficulties that life brings, somewhere or the other I will get swayed by them. I will not be able to perform very well. So spirituality is a very deep need in each one of us. It has nothing to do with religion, form, rituals. That's one method and people may choose it. But it is anchoring in the knowledge. Knowledge about my mind, knowledge about my life, knowledge about the world, knowledge about a higher reality, and how do I integrate all this in my life. So this knowledge is what spirituality is about, which helps me to make my mind quiet, which gives me clarity in thinking, which gives me an inner strength to face the challenges of life. So now coming to different aspects of happiness. How to become happy. Most fundamental thing spirituality tells us that happiness and selfishness are inversely proportional to each other. Higher the selfishness, lesser will be the happiness. The more I think I, there's nothing wrong in thinking about oneself, one's own prosperity, one's own progress, but if one thinks only about oneself, happiness at the cost of others is insensitivity. I cannot be truly happy because we all are connected. We cannot remain unaffected by what is happening to the world outside. And today we are seeing that. Global warming is just one example. What we are doing is affecting the world, and that is indirectly affecting me, directly affecting me also. So the more selfless a person is, by selfless one doesn't mean that allow anybody to take advantage, do anything, be goody-goody. No. Krishna was a very selfless person. Chanakya was a very selfless person, but a very smart person. We generally equate smartness with cunningness and goodness with dumbness. So even we say, ye bichara bhala admi hai. We don't say कि ये बहुत ही चतुर भला आदमी है. He is a very smart, good person. But smartness and goodness can go together. That's what spirituality is about. Chanakya was a very selfless person. But why was he selfless person? Because his vision was, I want India to be protected from the invaders. And I want India to be united. Samyukta Rashtra, it was was his one vision. And he removed that Dhananand and he installed Chandragupta Maurya as the king. And he had no desire in it. The moment Chandragupta was installed, he was set up and he established himself. Chanakya walked away into the forest. He didn't want any power, position, pleasure, money, nothing. His focus was India. He had a higher purpose and he did what he did. Same thing, in the entire Mahabharata war, Krishna had nothing to gain. He did not even lift a weapon actually. Just once he took the wheel of a chariot. He had nothing to gain out of it. But his vision was, I must protect righteousness. So the greater is selflessness, greater is the productivity, greater is the happiness. Today the Western world, as you see out there, they are recognizing many of these things. Stephen Covey, in one of his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, says what? Think about win-win. Don't think about I win and you lose. If there is win-win, then that's the best decision and it will be helpful for everyone. So happiness and selflessness go together. And we should see in which ways can I be selfless. If I am doing my business, can I serve the customer and give the best quality, what I promise? Today, unfortunately, we lack even that much basic commitment. Customer is the king. Customer is my altar of service and I give my best service to satisfy the customer. We compromise with credibility just for the sake of some quick buck. But if I give the right service, I build credibility, I build goodwill, so many things can be achieved. And there can be happiness and success, both. So shortcuts when we try to take, the ego makes us take the shortcuts. But if we know that service attitude, selflessness, giving, in our Chinmaya Mission pledge, we have a very beautiful line. Producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. That's a line by which we live. That we commit ourselves to follow that principle, that you produce more than what you consume. We must be givers, not merely consumers. And give the best, no compromise in that. So happiness comes with that. Now I request 3 people to volunteer for a small activity. You have been sitting for a long time, so it will be nice if 3 people come. It's a very simple activity. Yes, please come. Any 3 people. They would require a mic, please. They can use that one mic. Yeah. 2 more people. Yes, please, come. Yes. So the activity is very, very simple activity. There are 3 rounds in this activity. So in the first round, each of you have to decide which is your favorite song. And each of you have to sing that for 20 seconds. So you can decide and sing your song, then pass it on to him, he will sing and then he can sing. And national anthem is not allowed. Because then all of us have to stand up.
Good voice quality is not required.
No problem. It's just singing. Invoke happiness in your heart and just sing. Doesn't matter what.
मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया हर फिक्र को धुएं में I don't smoke हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया
You can encourage them, yeah.
बर्बादियों का सोग मनाना फिजूल था बर्बादियों का जश्न मनाता चला गया.
Very well done.
खुदा के पास जाना है न हाथी है न घोड़ा है वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है. That's what I know.
Right. Thank you.
All those were really motivational songs.
You can sing anything, whatever makes you happy. Anything, anything.
You can continue.
No, but the next round has to happen. only after you finish this.
Take a deep breath.
Any English song, Hindi song, regional song, anything.
Mine got blocked. Can anybody suggest?
Outsource.
Who is your favorite hero?
Go for Kishore, but then I'm thinking about which song.
Kishore Kumar, okay.
कहीं दूर जब दिन ढल जाए सांझ की दुल्हन बदन चुराए चुपके से आए मेरे ख्यालों के आंगन में कोई सपनों के दीप जलाए.
Very well. So first round, excellent. Now second round is little different. All three of you have a mic. All three of you will sing your song together. You sing your song, he'll sing his song, you sing your song. 1, 2, 3, start.
जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला
हाथी
गया
है न घोड़ा है वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है खुदा के पास जाना है सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो खुदा के पास जाना है नहा
कोई सपनों
का जोश मनाना
वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है.
Okay, very good. Now the last round. You have to decide amongst yourself any one song. It could be either of the three or something totally different, but three of you together will sing only one song.
मैं शुरू ही कर दूं.
Huh?
देर लगी लेकिन मैंने जीना जिंदगी
Three.
नहीं मिलेगी दोबारा यार.
Three of you decide one song which you know and then sing.
50 की हो गई. सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो खुदा के पास जाना है न हाथी है न घोड़ा है वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो खुदा के पास जाना है.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything to learn from this activity?
When you go together, it's in harmony.
Perfect. Thank you very much. It was very sportive of you to come and participate. Give them a big round of applause, please. Why did we do this activity? Because each of us have three equipments. There is one body with which we perceive the world, there is one mind with which we feel the emotions, and there is one intellect with which we think the thoughts. If these three are not in sync with each other, like you saw in the second round, when all of them were singing together their own song, how was it? It was sounding very funny, right? Chaotic also. But that's how it is. Every minute, three personality layers of ours, they are not in sync sometimes. And each of them is doing their own thing. Even right now, our body may be here. Our mind must be thinking, "Kyare tea break kab hoga, pata nahi." And our intellect is thinking, "I have to survive the whole day today. My God, how will I do that?" Each one is in different layers of the personality. So if there is happiness to be achieved, if these three layers, body, mind and intellect, are not aligned, MBA means that actually. Mind body alignment. If you ask a Gujarati what is MBA, he will say, "Mane badhu avde che." But otherwise, MBA in spirituality means mind body alignment. Align the body, mind and intellect. That is the key for happiness. And to help us to do that is where we say that do what you love and love what you do. One of the important concepts. We will come to that. So, that's the concept of Swadharma, which is there in the Gita. that if I do what I am really made for and I am passionate about the work that I do, I have a higher purpose, I have a goal, and I absorb myself fully in that. Every moment of my work, I will be happy. I will be enthusiastic. I will look forward to it. And so there will be achievement as well as success and happiness together. Otherwise, I may achieve success, but I may not be happy because my personality layers are very disintegrated. So in the third round, you saw when they all were singing one song, such a beautiful harmony and melody was coming out. So here is a small video of Swami Chinmayanandaji, where he speaks about this disintegration of the personality.
This moment, even though I am allowed to say that this body, mind and intellect are mine, honestly speaking, I belong to them. I am an utter slave. The local constitution may give you all the freedom. It is the freedom of the slaves. None of us is free. All of us are utter silent slaves, hapless slaves, miserable slaves to our own physical, mental and intellectual persecutions. See? If once a mind has to turn, you cannot, it is not possible for us to stand apart. We are whipped by the BMI. I am a diabetic. I am not allowed to eat sweets which I love. People invite me for bhiksha. An Indian bhiksha means a feast, and in the feast in India, unless there are 3 or 4 types of sweets, it is not a feast. They invite me. Everybody is in taking their own food, buffet, and that was the Swami's special table. Everything is kept there. Because we don't know what the Swami would need, so everything is kept. As I am going nearer the table, I see 3 beautiful, enchanting sweets, homemade sweets. Ayya! My body says, Swami, PFT, there is beautiful sweets. This is the time. These people don't know. They have presented to you. Eat. It's a chance. It's in the body. No, I says, okay, we will do it. Let us finish the other part of the food and then the sweet in the last, so that this will linger in your mind. Only Gujaratis can take sweets in between to remind them that there is sweet in the world. We want to take it last so that it can linger it in you. And you start taking this. And everybody is trying to put something in your plate, and therefore your attention must be there, or else you will be drowned in food. So then you are there at that. And after finishing at last item, when you come, you look at that beautiful sacred place on your left where the sweets were. All of them have disappeared. Why? Even though the host doesn't know that I should not take sweets, the useless ones that come with me, they are called the devotees. They to save the Swami, they take it away. Supposing they are there, and the body says, come on now at least. I lift it. My mind says, don't. And the intellect repeats to me, which all the doctors, specialists all over the world has again and again repeated to me, that this is the most beautiful disease that a man can get. because there will be no pain at all. But slowly, slowly it destroys all your organs one by one. And thereafter a time would come when liver is not working. And if liver is not working, then the kidney fails. The kidney fails, then the pancreas is long ago gone. And then slowly, slowly, kidney fails, therefore liquid water in you is not going, and therefore it will flood in your own lungs, and until at last you will die in your own juice. No pain, but you just die. All these they have told me. All these the intellect has understood and remembered. And so the intellect says, don't do that, don't do that. The mind says, please, please. And the body says, come on, come on. Think. Now, if I satisfy the body demand and eat it, let us say, I ate half of it. That day I have to live that day, isn't it? Now I can't run away from my mind and intellect. They are constantly with me. During the day, let us say that I was so busy that I have no time to listen to my mind. Okay, but I had to go to bed. The moment my head hits the pillow, the mind says, why did you do it? And the intellect repeats all that what the doctors have said, that your liver is crumbling, your kidney is stopping, your eyesight is going, your ears you will never be able to hear, you will be a vegetable. All that because you ate. Now the sugar has gone up in your blood, and the blood. Both of them kick me, and I can't run. If anybody else is criticizing, you can do something. This is no remedy, because it is your own mind and intellect telling you. These two start persecuting. Supposing I did not eat, mind congratulates me. Intellect is so happy, but my body. Aren't you ashamed, Swami? Are you not a Swami? What is wrong if you eat? You will die. Stupid. What an avidya you have got, ignorance you have got. Don't you know that since you are born you have to die? Why don't you die sweetly? What is wrong in it? You should have it and should have. So, if I don't eat, body criticizes. If I eat, mind and intellect together as a combination. Anyway, I get the whip. See? What can I do? This, I am giving one example. You know all examples. That girl, that drink, that party, anything, that house, that property. The body wants it, the mind wants it, or the intellect wants it, and then the other two says no. The mind wants it, that beautiful house. The intellect says no, it's very costly. No. And the physical body says the present house is quite all right. No. The mind, no. You are always like that. You will never do anything that I want. You are unsympathetic, you have no imagination. If I got that house, this house, what are you going to get even if you sell it? But that house, after 3 years, it becomes so... That is a beautiful place and beautiful house, and therefore prices will go up, and then you can put the whole money, $1 million in the bank. All because my advice you follow. Let us purchase that. Is it not? Thus, be persecuted by the BMI and the tantalizing, engaging, beautiful, enchanting objects of the outer world. The poor fellow the individual has no peace of mind. buffeted by these two. The poor individual goes up and down, searching for a permanent happiness. When that
So this was just one example of how two aspects of the personality come into conflict and how our personality gets split and divided. How to align the personality, that is called integration of the body, mind, intellect. If body, mind, intellect is together, the person experiences happiness. And one of the ways to do it is to do what you love and love what you do. And so first key of happiness is that if I learn to do what I really love and engage all my layers of the personality together. There are many other methods. Spirituality is actually for that. If I learn to grow, there is this simple formula. I'll just take 10 minutes and wind up. If I learn to grow, body level, exercise for 20 minutes, mind level, meditate for 20 minutes, to keep my intellect and thinking inspired, study some spiritual literature, self-help books, something inspiring to me. All the three layers of the personality I have to feed. Otherwise, we feed our body, we do some exercises, but our mind and intellect get neglected. So T20 is the formula, 20-20-20. Exercise 20 minutes, meditate 20 minutes, study for 20 minutes. That helps the personality to align together and bring out that happiness which is our nature. Third aspect is to do one thing at a time. Ekagrata it is called in our culture. We have always given a lot of focus to ekagrata. But unfortunately, we live in a world where we think that multitasking is very, very important and crucial to achieve success. But today, psychology has proved that 1 hour of focused work is equal to 3 hours of multitasking. So to bring the mind where the hands are working, that is single pointedness, ekagrata. And so here it is that these foreigners have done this research and now they are coming back to this, one thing at a time.
Hey, dog, what's up? Danger and Company. Oh, hello, Mr. Cat. Your invoice number, hello? Oh, hey, dog, what's up? Yeah, I'm just talking to dog online. Can you hold on a second? Danger and Company.
Whitehead, I need that report.
Yes, sir, I'm just finishing it now. Doggy dog. Hey, dog, what's up?
Whitehead, I need that report.
Dog, gotta go. Dog, sorry. Dog, gotta go. Dog, gotta go. Mrs. Cat. Mrs. Cat? Mrs. Cat.
Whitehead?
The fact is, multitasking is a myth. Our brains can't do it. You simply become less efficient and more distracted, your error rate goes up 50%, and it takes you twice as long to do the same task. Listen to what Tim Jenkins has to say. He's the co-founder of Point B, a leading business consulting firm.
Well, I think there's a fallacy out there that the folks that can multitask are more effective. There are times when it's just important to focus on one thing. I think we also need to give people permission to check out of the communications network temporarily to get things done. Because when you're always on, when you're always online, you're always distracted, right? And the brain rule is telling us that that is a very unproductive mode to be in. And so the always online organization is actually the always unproductive organization.
So doing one thing at a time is a simple way to train our mind to eliminate whatever else is not required and focus only on one thing, do it more efficiently, and we will see that happiness is a byproduct of that. Very easily we experience that. So today, some simple tips. Eat while you eat, especially while watching TV, listening to something. When we eat, we are eating much more. Compulsive eating, that is called. We are not reaching a satiety point faster. We are not aware of the body. Our mind is somewhere else. So mindful eating is a very big practice nowadays. drive without distractions. How many accidents happen just because somebody messaged and I want to see, and it's very risky. Exercise with attention. If I can focus on my body, on my breath, and I can focus on that exercise, not distract through some music, through some videos, through some television, my metabolism will be much more active and faster. Losing of weight will become easier. Which body part is getting strained so that I don't put much strain on that part. All that becomes easy. Trainers who understand this will engage the audience only in the exercise, not any other distractions. Stop notifications on your computer and phone, especially when doing something important. First 1 hour of the day, last 1 hour of the day, if possible, observe technology fast. Meaning, be with yourself for the first 1 hour and the last 1 hour. So, 3 tips we have seen, and the last tip I want to conclude that with is, our work is love made visible. In the Gita, it's a very beautiful definition given, that work is love made visible. If I work for the sake of work, where I enjoy that very process, success will automatically follow. We do everything for something else. We exercise not because we love exercise, we exercise because we want to lose weight, and then people will appreciate me, and then that's what makes me happy. We build relationships not because of the joy of giving love, but because we want people to appreciate, we want people to love us back. If I truly do something for its own sake, love for the sake of love, like a mother loves the child because it's the child and she feels the love for the child. But as the child grows, the mother starts expecting, then the love also becomes to that extent lesser. Wherever I am able to love for the sake of love, work for the sake of work, fully doing it for its own sake, the best results come out and the person feels very, very happy also. So in the Gita, Bhagavan says that Tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. That do your duty for its own sake. That's the key to happiness. So here is where we stop for now. We do have some lack of time, so we will be stopping it here. But I do invite you, please do join us in the Chinmaya mission. It's a huge global spiritual organization. I'm also having a retreat called Meditation for Peace, which is next weekend, Friday evening to Sunday afternoon. Some pamphlets and details will be available with Prashantji if anybody would like to come. And you can connect with us on our website, chinmaymission.com, chinmaymissionmumbai.com, and there are various YouTube channels where my talks and podcasts, etc. are also there. So thank you very much for once again giving this opportunity, and we hope to connect sometime in future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. I'm sure everybody is happier, feeling much happier. And I request Mr. Amit to please join us on stage and present Swamiji a bouquet and a token of appreciation, a memento. Can we please give Swamiji a big, big round of applause? And I must take this authority to tell everybody that we're going to take our time to be happy. We're going to do some things that make us truly happy. Yes? Will we give ourselves that time to be happy? Thank you so much, Swamiji. And with that, let's spread happiness with some tea and coffee. We have a 10-minute break, and I hope to see you back on time. Thank you so much.